The viewers of 1,000-Pound Sisters were able to observe Amy and Tammy Slaton undergo a transformation in both their physical appearance and their mental state over the course of 6 seasons. The most difficult obstacles were experienced by Tammy, who began her journey with a weight of more than 600 pounds. Because Amy was losing weight more quickly than her elder sister, Tammy felt as though she was falling behind. Tammy made a number of mistakes as a result of her irritation, including lashing out at others around her and failing to accept responsibility for her actions. Over the course of the 4th season, Tammy's weight fluctuated until a health concern that came dangerously close to taking her life pushed her to change her outlook. Tammy, who had recently been given a second chance at life, went on to keep up with her diet and successfully shed enough weight to be eligible for bariatric surgery. As a result of her persistent efforts to improve her health, she has shed more than 500 pounds. Nevertheless, as she continues to lose weight, the extra skin that she had from her former weight creates a new source of concern for her. The most recent project that Tammy undertakes in the 6th season of 1,000-Pound Sisters is a treatment to remove this excess skin. Unfortunately, the operation is not as straightforward as it would appear to be. Without surgery, Tammy Slaton's journey to lose weight would be put on hold. Tammy has devoted more than 4 years of her life to figuring out how to manage her weight. She has exerted a great deal of effort in order to alter her appearance and her perspective on weight reduction. Over the course of this time period, she has collected thousands of followers, all of whom are eager to witness Tammy test the limits of her powers. With more than 800,000 followers on Instagram, she continues to be a prominent figure in the diet culture. Not only do Tammy's followers use social media to keep up with her latest changes, but they also use it to read her motivational messages on how to better themselves. Unfortunately, Tammy's constant attempts to lose weight will be disrupted as a result of the skin removal operation she is scheduled to undergo. Recovery in the case of less extensive surgeries can take many weeks, but the surgery that Tammy would have would be thorough. Tammy was advised by her surgeon that her head-to-toe extra skin would require several operations and several healing phases. This information was made available to her throughout their conversation. Because of this procedure, Tammy could no longer be able to provide for herself or engage in physical activity for several months. Not only does this make it difficult for her to move around, but it also has the potential to interfere with her ever-expanding presence on social media. Considering this, one is left wondering how she would fare mentally if she has a setback in her independence. There is a possibility that Tammy Slaton's skin removal surgery will be a risky endeavor. There is a possibility that the operation may put Tammy's health in danger, which is one of the most evident consequences of the procedure. Along the same lines as the worries that have been voiced about her bariatric surgery, Tammy and her family are currently dealing with the risks that are associated with her undergoing surgery. There is a possibility that Tammy's smoking habits and underlying problems will place her at an even greater risk of difficulties. Tammy remains unshakable in her attitude, despite the fact that her surgeon provided an honest explanation of the potential adverse consequences that may result. There is no question that the surgery would provide her with the confidence boosts that she is looking for. Nevertheless, the dangers are not anything to laugh at. In spite of the fact that the mortality rate associated with body contouring treatments is quite low, the procedure itself is not without its own risks, provided that the surgeon is of good reputation. The Cleveland Clinic reports that surgery to remove extra skin can result in a variety of adverse effects, including but not limited to bleeding, blood clots, bruising, swelling, nerve damage, numbness, infections, and scarring. Despite the fact that she desires the surgery so that she may enjoy her new figure, she needs to take into consideration the damage that will be done to her well-being. The cost of cosmetic surgery for Tammy Slaton is rather high. Just like any other type of surgical procedure, body contouring is quite costly. Considering that it is a cosmetic procedure, it would not be deemed a necessity, and insurance companies normally do not pay the price of such procedures. The Slaton family has a history of coming from a lowly background. Because of this, a significant number of fans were able to identify with the trio of sisters. The expense of extra skin removal is astonishing, despite the fact that their financial condition has much improved as a result of the pay they receive from the program and their reputation as online celebrities. It has been reported by Healthline that the typical cost of body reshaping surgery may range anywhere from $6,000 to $15,000. This base cost would not include any extra expenses, such as those associated with anesthesia, surgeon's fees, or operating facility charges, among others, but includes all of them. However, as was said before, Tammy would require surgery that would cover her entire body, from head to toe, and would be considered thorough. A single operation would not be sufficient. During an interview with The Mirror, dietitian Kate Hilton reaffirmed the difficulties that are associated with a surgical procedure such as Tammy's. She is of the opinion that Tammy would require 5 distinct operations, each of which would take many hours to complete. She might be looking at a bill of up to $85,000 after going through 5 rounds of recovery and experiencing suffering for a period of months. After nearly 5 seasons and 4 years of being a reality TV star, the Slatton family seemed to be living pretty nicely. However, a spending of that magnitude is plenty to cause anybody to question whether or not they made the right choice. Throughout their time on the show 1,000-Pound Sisters, both Amy and Tammy Slatton have triumphed over challenges that appeared to be insurmountable. Despite the fact that Tammy originally resisted change, she has made significant progress in terms of both her health and her overall well-being. The combination of her upbeat demeanor and her newly discovered sense of autonomy makes her nearly unrecognizable. Although her figure has been altered as a result of her weight reduction, she still has extra skin. Considering that Tammy is getting closer to the following stage of her voyage, which is the removal of skin, she has to give careful consideration to the outcomes of the procedure. While it is possible that Tammy could gain confidence as a result of the operation, it is also possible that it will cause more harm than good.